Uh, Much better than yesterday. थोड़ा आवाज ये हो. Okay, yes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS, and this is DTRS session for 6th September 2023, class 70. So we'll discuss today's 10 MCQs. The lead topic is Air Quality Life Index. So just now you watched the Hindu analysis, right? So you must have covered today's current affairs also. Also, those who are watching this online, you must have read newspapers or covered the DCA daily current affairs, and on the basis of these topics, let's try to practice some MCQs now. But before going into MCQs daily, what we are doing, we are discussing one quotation. Now this is relevant to our mains examination, right? Essay, ethics papers, as well as personality development. What today's quotation is saying, Swami Vivekananda. Also, those students who are watching this session online, they can attend offline also. Okay, if you are willing to, there can be more interaction offline. ठीक है. External nature is only internal nature writ large. Why Swami Vivekananda is talking like this? Okay, external nature and internal nature. Let's first understand these two separately, then we can talk internal nature, what it is saying. Okay, so external nature, we can simply say that how the things are there in our society, how people interact with each other. Okay, so we can say that they are basically our actions, norms, social norms, standards, professional standards. Basically this is part of external nature. Okay, whatever the interaction that we have with other people. Now internal nature means inside our mind. Inside our mind. So what we have inside our mind? Thoughts. Thoughts, we can say. Ideas. We can say that beliefs, values. Okay, these are inside our mind. Okay, now what he is saying, external nature is only internal nature writ large. That means essentially this is reflected in this. What we see is this, what we don't see is inside us. So what Gandhiji says, or even Vivekananda says, that what we think we become. This is what Swami Vivekananda is saying. This is what thoughts we become. So we tend to act in that manner. Whatever the thoughts we have, उसी तरीके से हम behave करने की कोशिश करते हैं, right? Or whatever the ideas, values, system, beliefs that we have, they are reflected through our attitude. It can, if suppose we have let's say such kind of beliefs, like if we believe in the caste system, so it may result into prejudiced attitudes, prejudices. It may result into discrimination, discriminatory practices. Or suppose the value system, some we have positive values like honesty, so truthfulness, that is reflected through our conduct, behavior. Okay, so external nature. Now एक simple example मैं देना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पे. External nature, let's say there is peace in society. How do we have this peace in society? There are a lot of problems, conflicts, violence, many things are going on, negative things. How do we have peace as a part of external nature? We intend that. हमें चाहिए ऐसे. तो कैसे होगा इस कोड को लेके? Online students. Yes, good evening, Vijay.
Sir, by inculcating positive values inside our minds.
Yes.
Is practicing them.
Yes. So can we say that there is need of peace inside the mind so that it is reflected outside? How do we have peace here? Peace नहीं है, रात को नींद नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, होता है ना. So how do we have this peace of mind? So many philosophers has talked about this. So a peaceful mind will be there when we have content feeling. When our mind does not feel content, no, so it is always thinking, है ना. content mind. Yes, conquering inner self. That is also we can say. So whatever the we can say our mind demands or seek, we need to have control over that. Temperance, the value of temperance, we can say virtue of temperance. So we can say that the peace can be there when there is harmony between these three things that Gandhiji talks about. What are these? Thoughts, words, actions. Right, very famous quotation, right? When when there is harmony in thoughts, words and actions, then there is peace in mind and then happiness in life. This is how he talks. Okay, so peace in mind will be there when there is harmony between these three. तो आप जो सोचते हैं वैसा ही करते हैं, वैसा ही बोलते हैं, तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है. बेसिकली व्हाट ही इज सेइंग. अगर आप जो सोचते हैं बट दूसरा ही कुछ करता है, डिसोनेंस इन माइंड. देयर इज ऑलवेज डिसोनेंस इन माइंड. यू विल नॉट बी हैप्पी. ठीक है, जैसे कि आप समझो आईएएस बनते हैं और करप्शन करते हैं, बट आपके माइंड में पता है कि आप गलत कर रहे हो, आपको नींद नहीं आएगी रात को. ठीक है, देयर विल बी कंटिन्यूअस डिसोनेंस इन माइंड, क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्शियस, ये वाली चीज होती है उसमें. So when there is peace in mind, how do we have peace? Content feeling. Buddha talks about this. Content mind is a peaceful mind, happy person. ये reflect करेगा basically. Getting this? Okay, fine. Let's now discuss today's MCQs. Okay, these are today's 10 topics. Let's solve them one by one. Yes, conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is a very specific term, Vijay. Conflict of interest is related to like when we have self-interest, personal interest while doing the public duty. That is conflict of interest. Very specific term we can say. ठीक है, तो जब हम करप्शन और कोई मिसयूज ऑफ अथॉरिटी की बात करते हैं तो वी कैन से कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज इन्वॉल्व दैट. ठीक है, okay, so let's solve the first MCQ here. Okay, air quality life index. This particular index was in news recently. Air quality index. Look at the previous 2022. They are focusing on this guidelines, air pollution related. In past, UPSC has asked question related to different indices. So air quality index, life index, it is published by World Health Organization. No, this is incorrect. This is published by Energy Policy Institute at, we can say, what is that? Which university? Chicago, University of Chicago. Okay, Energy Policy Institute. So we can say it is incorrect statement. It measures the impact of greenhouse gases on life expectancy. We are aware that greenhouse gases are not having as such impact on life expectancy. Use that logic, understanding. ठीक है, अगर हमें नहीं पता है कि ये रिपोर्ट के बारे में स्पेसिफिकली, तो भी हमें ये लॉजिक यूज करना है. CO2 is not having impact on life expectancy. Methane is not having impact on as such directly life expectancy. What we have impact on life expectancy is harmful particulate matter. PM, particulate matter. Basically, this index is looking into this aspect, the impact of particulate matter on life expectancy. Okay, so again it is incorrect. Both are incorrect, we can say, and the answer becomes neither one. Actually, this report has said that the people living in Delhi, in India, their life expectancy reduces by 10 years. The level of air pollution that we have in India. Because of that, life expectancy comes down. So they must have used various parameters, although parameters, they are not that much important here. जब भी important होगे तो मैं बताऊंगा आपको. ठीक है? So D is the correct answer here. Okay. Now 12 years. ठीक है? So we are living in Delhi. So this is the situation, right? Next, which of the following statements is correct regarding objectives of Diksha initiative? recently it was in news, National E-Governance Division will integrate the personal PAL system, personality adaptive learning system जिसको हम बोलते हैं, ठीक है. So yes, now this particular system is going to help the students to overcome the learning challenges they are facing in a personalized manner, because all students have different kind of aptitude and they need to get the feedback, or we can say the study material support according to their abilities. So this PAL when integrated into Diksha system, which is basically the education portal for distance learning, this will help those students. Okay, what is the objective of Diksha? Basically, it is the national teacher platform which is currently being used by teachers and students across the nation to provide school education through distance mode. Full form क्या है इसका? Digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. ठीक है, digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. Fine. So no, it's not under NCERT. It is separate platform created by Ministry of Information and Electronics and Technology. और सेपरेट डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म, जो डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जिसको हम बोलते हैं, ठीक है, तो उनके लिए है. यहाँ पर बहुत सारा वीडियो स्टडी मटेरियल होता है टीचर्स के लिए, बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस, सो दैट टीचर्स कैन वॉच देम एंड देन एक्सप्लेन इन द क्लासरूम. ओके. Okay, all 70 classes completed and also making notes, subjectives. I didn't found questions from the sports. If you found something, yes, we'll add sports section से कुछ questions अगर होते हैं important तो हम वो add करेंगे. जैसे we are thinking to add some MCQs related to chess. Recently it was in news because World Championship happened recently in India, no? So what UPC is asking, the questions related to important international sports events. Like they asked about first time World Test Championship was held 2021, they asked. Then last year they asked about again chess, different awards that are given in the chess. ठीक है, तो फिर से आपको उसके बारे में पता होना चाहिए. So we will cover from time to time. Although this is the new trend UPSC has adopted last 2 years. पहले नहीं पूछते थे स्पोर्ट्स से क्वेश्चन वो, राइट. Very simple one. A hurricane is a strong cyclonic storm. If it is located in the northeastern Pacific, it is hurricane. What if it is called when it moves into northwestern part of the Pacific Ocean? क्या होगा? Yes, typhoons. Northwestern Pacific, or we can say South China Sea, that region they will be called as typhoons. ठीक है, so different regions, different local names, right? So A is the correct answer. विली विली कहाँ पर होता है? When they are observed along the western Australian coast. Tropical cyclone, Indian Ocean. Fine. So these are the 4 local names. Okay. Let's talk about next. Yes, stump-tailed macaque. Okay, so recently few animals of stump-tailed macaque were added in Delhi Zoo. ठीक है, Delhi Zoo, have you visited? ठीक है, so you can visit if you are a wildlife enthusiast. So you can get more information also. ठीक है, कई सारी ऐसे जीके टाइप की इंफॉर्मेशन आपको एग्जाम में भी काम आती है, पता है आपको ये. ओके, यस. नाउ stump-tailed macaque, they are found only in northeastern part of India. Now found only in northeastern part of India, now only is the problematic. They are found in South Asia, but their habitat we can say is there in India in northeastern states. Okay, with South Asia, not only in India. In this manner we have to understand. So what is the habitat? Evergreen forest, tropical evergreen forest, tropical evergreen forests. Okay, then they are completely dependent on fruits for their diet. Again incorrect. they are not completely dependent on fruits. They are also eating some, we can say that, ants or insects, and even frogs sometimes. Okay, so incorrect. IUCN status endangered. This is incorrect. Vulnerable. It is vulnerable. Okay, so it is, they are found only in northeastern part. यहाँ पे actually ऐसे होना चाहिए था. They are found in India. Actual statement ऐसे है. They are found in India only in northeastern part of the country. तब वो सही होता statement जो है. Getting this? Okay, so here we can say that D is the correct answer. None of this. Okay, तीनों statement गलत है उसके बारे में, species के बारे में. Fine, okay. Next. Okay, Aditya L1 Vision. Yesterday's The Hindu text and context page. Must read article. Aditya L1. एक ही जगह पे सारी चीज, how it seeks to learn or study solar surface or whatever the activities that are going on the sun's surface. उसके सारे जो हम बोल सकते हैं whatever the let's say equipments it is having, उसके नाम वहाँ पर है. Okay, and which we can say that areas it wants to explore, learn, understand, सारी चीजें उसमें दी गई है. Okay, so yesterday's The Hindu newspaper text and context page, must read. Aditya L1 will be the first space-based mission of India to study the sun. Of course, this is correct. India will be the first country in the world to place a satellite or spacecraft at L1 point. Lagrange point जिसको हम बोलते हैं L1. Now, what is this L1 point or Lagrange point? Yes, but where? Very good. Very good. So it is the point where the gravitational force of sun and moon, on earth balance each other. Okay, so this is the Lagrange point. And why we want to put this particular spacecraft there? Basically, when we put the spacecraft there, it will be always exposed to the sun. Always. So it will be helpful to study all the activities that are going on there. So all nitty-gritties, you need not to go in detail, but basic understanding आपको होना चाहिए. एक common, learn, aware person. Okay, so this is incorrect. India is not the first country. In past, NASA in collaboration with ESA, European Space Agency, has already put the spacecraft to study the solar surface, that is, I guess, HALO या HOLO, ऐसा कुछ उसका observatory का नाम है. Okay, let me tell you exactly. Sorry, SOHO, Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. SOHO, it is not HALO. Okay. Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. Okay, so SOHO is the name actually of the observatory. So India is the second, we can say. NASA along with ESA had already launched this. L1 is the halo orbit between Sun and Earth system. Okay, this is correct, we can say. Halo orbit क्या होता है? What is halo orbit? Yes. Halo orbit. Halo orbit is the term, simply we can say that the place, or it creates, what we can say, it looks, or we can say that whatever the spacecraft that we are putting, it looks like it is actually orbiting both हाँ ठीक है, it looks like it is orbiting both earth as well as sun at that particular point. Okay, try to imagine that earth is revolving around the sun, and at this particular L1 point this spacecraft is also placed. Okay, so earth is revolving and it is itself is rotating, and this particular location, that L1 point, when it is, we can say that put in L1 point, that orbit is also, we can say, surrounding the sun. ठीक है, तो ये कोई ऐसे दिखाई देता है हमें कि ये अर्थ के भी अराउंड रिवॉल्व कर रहा है और ये सन के भी अराउंड रिवॉल्व कर रहा है, ऐसा दिखाई देता है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट एंड दैट्स व्हाई 1 and 3 C is the correct answer for this one.
Point keeps on rotating along with the.
It looks like rotating. ठीक है, क्योंकि अर्थ समझो ये L1 पॉइंट है, अर्थ क्या कर रहा है, ऐसे घूम रहा है ना. ठीक है, और ये बीच में सन भी है. ठीक है, तो व्हाट विल हैपन, ये ऐसे घूम रहा है. ठीक है, अगर हम सन पे या इस पे देखेंगे तो ये पॉइंट स्टेशनरी नहीं दिखेगा. ठीक है, तो दैट्स व्हाई द हैलो ऑर्बिट. फाइन, नेक्स्ट आई विल लुक इनटू डिटेल्स ऑफ दिस फर्दर. ठीक है, और अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करना है मुझे वो. फाइन, नेक्स्ट पीएम दक्ष स्कीम. ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ पीएम दक्ष स्कीम, व्हाट इज दिस फुल फॉर्म? पीएम दक्षता एंड कुशलता, और कुशलता बहुत ही हिंदी में अलग अलग नाम होते हैं. ये स्कीम्स के याद रखना मतलब आपके लिए भी एक टास्क है. दक्षता और कुशलता संपन्न हितग्राही. ओके, पीएम दक्ष. ओके, दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम वाज लॉन्च्ड इन 2021 as a part of reskilling and upskilling youth from, we can say, backward community, we can say SC, OBCs, DNTs. Okay, so basically it is to ensure that there is appropriate competency level among these vulnerable groups to make them employable both in self-employment and wage employment for their socio-economic development. Making them employable means basically imparting them skills. Imparting them skills. Okay, so we can say C is the correct answer regarding this. All right, so the age group is 15 to 45. Let me exactly, no, sorry, 18 to 45 youth. 18 to 45 years, and there is no income criteria for this. Okay, so they will be provided appropriate skills here and their employability will be improved here. So C is the correct answer here. All right, next Griha scheme, we are aware about this, what they are saying. Yes. No, apogee is different concept. Okay, apogee and perigee is concept related to lunar orbit. ठीक है, मून का जो अर्थ के अराउंड रिवोल्यूशन होता है, तो that basically that is related to that. Fine, habitat, sorry, Griha, green rating for integrated habitat assessment. Regarding this rating, as the name suggests, it is providing green rating for certain buildings. These buildings can be commercial as well as we can say housing buildings or residential. यहाँ पर लिखा है only residential buildings are eligible. ऐसा नहीं है, commercial buildings are also eligible. Basically it is ensuring that whatever the energy consumption is being done, that is low, optimum we can say, or low. Along with that there is energy efficiency. For example, use of sensors, light sensors. If suppose no one is sitting here, So light should be automatically switched off. Okay, such kind of use of technology will reduce, or we can say enhance the energy efficiency, reduce the energy consumption. Okay, so all the equipments, they are we can say of high quality, or taking low energy consumption. So they will be provided high green ratings under GRIHA. ठीक है. So this is one of the method to, we can say that, reduce the energy consumption, and our commitments to Paris Agreement, we can achieve that also. Now, yes, it was the joint initiative of TERI and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. ये सही है यहाँ पर. Second is incorrect, we can say. And in the residential building or any kind of building, so if suppose the building is having the area more than 2500 square meter, more than 2500 square meter, so all they can apply for GRIHA ratings. Okay, 2500 square meter, remember this. So A is the correct answer here, one only. Fine, moving on. Yes, today's the Hindu newspaper last page, science and technology page is there on e-paper version. ठीक है, वो प्रिंट में नहीं दे रहे हैं अभी तक. ठीक है, साइंस एंड टेक पेज मंडे टू फ्राइडे आ रहा है. काफी अच्छे आर्टिकल्स लिख रहे हैं वो. ओके, सो इकोसाइड, the term in news, and very good article written there. So those from Takkar test series, we are providing you now daily the Hindu articles. So there we have provided you highlighted articles, you read that. Okay, right. So in the context of ecocide in news, consider the following statement. Ecocide जैसे genocide होता है ना, in genocide what happens? There is death of people on mass scale, and that is deliberately done, है ना. Genocide, what happened in Germany, Jews का जो genocide हम बोलते हैं, right? So ecocide refers to the massive destruction of environment caused by human agency or activity. हाँ, देख सकते हैं हम, सिमिलर टर्म हम बोल सकते हैं, बट जीनोसाइड इज नॉट स्पेसिफिकली ऑलवेज टुवर्ड्स वन पर्टिकुलर एथनिक कम्युनिटी. Ethnic cleansing is deliberately towards the people belonging to that community only. ठीक है, अब जीनोसाइड किसी का भी हो सकता है ना. वहां पे समझो बहुत सारे माइग्रेंट आ गए, कंट्री को माइग्रेंट नहीं चाहिए समझो, वो सारे माइग्रेंट को मार रहा है समझो, इनडायरेक्टली आई एम टेलिंग यू, दैट कैन बी जीनोसाइड. अंडरस्टूड? बेसिकली जीनोसाइड इज सिंपली किलिंग ऑफ people on mass scale at one concentrated level पे, एक ही जगह पे बहुत सारे, ठीक है, एक ही इंस्टेंस पे मारना, ऐसे टाइप का. सो दैट इज जीनोसाइड. एंड यस, आईसीसी इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट जो है आपका, तो देयर आर 4 क्राइटेरियाज वी कैन से related to, one of them is genocide, other like war crimes are also there. Okay, so now there are demands that this ecocide should be also considered as a part of this criteria under ICC. Okay, yes, this one is correct. Ecocide as a term has been defined explicitly by Conservation International. Not correct. Okay, till 2021 it was not defined by the standard we can say definition, but in 2021 the international lawyers platform जो है उन्होंने ये define किया है. Okay, and the definition is, let me tell you exactly the definition. Unlawful or wanton act committed with knowledge that there is a substantial likelihood of severe and either widespread or long-term damage to the environment being caused by those acts. मतलब they know that there can be damage, but still they are doing this. Okay, so we call it as ecocide. Understood? So large scale damage, we can say that. Ecocide. So conservation international nahi hai. It is recognized as an international crime as per the International Criminal Court. Now this is correct. At present, one of the criteria of the ICC says that if suppose there is environmental damage on large scale is done during war or during war time, it is part of, we can say, criminal activity under ICC statute. रोम स्टैट्यूट जो है वो आईसीसी का, उसके अंडर if suppose large scale environmental damage is done during the war time deliberately. Okay, so recently one bridge was dam, sorry not bridge, जो एक डैम यूक्रेन में रशियन ड्रोन्स के थ्रू ब्रेक किया गया था, डिस्ट्रॉय किया गया था, एंड देयर वाज लार्ज स्केल फ्लडिंग ऑफ द डाउनस्ट्रीम एरियाज. इट वाज considered as we can say ecocide by some of the experts. Why? It not only resulted into killing of people, but large scale flow of water in the river channel has resulted into killing of all the animals, and it also resulted into large scale pollutants brought by that river into Black Sea. Now the ecology of Black Sea, marine ecology of Black Sea is also affected. ऐसा उनका मानना है. And now it is during war time, no? यूक्रेन रशिया इसके अंडर आ गया. Okay, but it is only during war time. What about peace time? What we are doing at present, the global warming that is happening, greenhouse gas emissions or other air pollutants and their emissions, that is also resulting into some kind of ecological loss. Why we are not considering that part as a ecocide? This is being questioned now, and there are some demands that that action or those actions should be also becoming part of ICC, so that there will be pressure on developed countries especially to reduce the pollution or reduce the emission of these greenhouse gases. Understood? तो वहां तक ये आर्टिकल आप पढ़िए, काफी अच्छा आर्टिकल दिया हुआ है, तो उससे में आपको सारी चीजें क्लियर हो जाएगी. ओके, सो ओनली 2 इज द करेक्ट आंसर हियर. फाइन, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नेक्स्ट. All right, so ASEAN summit is going to happen, so that's why it is in news. Very simple. Myanmar holds the current chairmanship of ASEAN. कहाँ पे हो रहा है अभी? इंडोनेशिया में हो रहा है ना? So first one is incorrect. When we get that first statement is incorrect, we got the answer. It is D. It is D. So second is, we can say, necessarily correct. The chairmanship of ASEAN rotates annually among the members in the alphabetical order. That is true. Basics of ASEAN, we know that there are 10 members. Originally 5 members. 1967 Bangkok Declaration. Okay, these 10 members are basically Southeast Asian countries, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. Okay, so this basic information is sufficient. Bangkok Declaration, you should be knowing about this. All right, next. Last question. ये सारे members हैं. Right. Paddy can be cultivated only in Kharif season as a Kharif crop. Paddy can be cultivated even during the Rabi season or even summer, like Bengal 3 times a year. We learn this in NCERT. Use that logic. Incorrect. Kuruvai, the short term paddy cultivated in the Godavari Delta only. ये न्यूज में था. Kuruvai, the traditional rice variety that is grown largely in the Kaveri River Delta in Tamil Nadu. Okay, in Tamil Nadu. Remember this. And yes, the growers or the farmers of this growing this variety, they are very much dependent on the water from Stanley Reservoir built across this particular Kaveri River. Stanley Reservoir, when the Kaveri River immediately enters into Tamil Nadu, there it has been, the dam has been built, and there this particular Stanley Reservoir is there. Hydroelectric plant is also there, Stanley Reservoir is there. वहाँ से कैनल्स से पानी जाता है अलग अलग डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में. Okay, so they are dependent on this, we can say water from this. अभी कावेरी रिवर डिस्प्यूट चल रहा है न्यूज में, so farmers are concerned about it. कुरुवई राइस वैरायटी, यूपीसी विल आस्क दिस वन. ठीक है, बाकी सब छोड़ के कुछ एक छोटा सा अलग ही पूछ लेंगे. Okay, so in recent past we have discussed one particular traditional variety of rice. क्या था वो? पोक्काली राइस, याद नहीं है? पोक्काली राइस, it is basically grown in a salt, it is salt tolerant rice variety, salt water tolerant rice variety, पोक्काली राइस. ओके, केरला में ग्रो किया जाता है पर्टिकुलर एरिया में. So remember this, it can be asked in the prelims examination. So this is incorrect, no, and first one is also incorrect. D is the correct answer here. Fine. All right, so any question related to this or in general current affairs that you are reading? Fine then, let us stop. Okay.